the New Patriotic Party, the flag bearer, and the next president of the Republic of Ghana, the man God himself has prepared for our country, His Excellency Dr. Mahama Bawumia, on stage to deliver the keynote address.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Queen Sedal. I'm most grateful. Thank you so much, Louisa, for those kind words. This is Louisa Atachiman, co-chair person to our Right Honorable Freeman Kelly Mbowe, co-chairperson Dua, Dr. Olga Ditz, the Conrad Adenauer Foundation, Honorable Tony Peter Clement, former Minister, Trade and Industry, in charge of Digital Science and Technology, and President of the Treasury Board, Canada, board members of the Dua, representatives of the International Democratic Union, our members of Parliament, ministers of state, national executives have seen the Vice Chairman here of the New Patriotic Party, distinguished invited guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor to be here with a distinguished gathering of leaders who are committed to advancing democracy, individual freedoms, and economic growth across our beloved continent. Thank you, Mrs. Louisa Atachiman, Right Honorable Freeman Mbowe, and the board of the Democratic Union of Africa for organizing this high-level forum. I fondly recall speaking at the Young Democratic Union Africa Forum in Malawi that you just referred to in 2021, under the leadership of Mrs. Louisa Atachiman, who was at the time, as has been mentioned, the first female president of the Young Dua. It is indeed noteworthy that she currently serves as the Deputy Chief Executive of the National Health Insurance Authority in supporting government's efforts of ensuring access to quality health care for Ghanaians. The government under President Akufo-Addo continues to leverage resourcefulness of the youth of our country, particularly so when they prove themselves worthy. Returning to address this gathering fills me with immense joy and gratitude for the unwavering support from all political parties that have aligned to foster collaboration through Democratic Union for Africa to build a united, progressive, and prosperous Africa. While extending kind words, allow me to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Unity Party and its chairman, Reverend Dr. Luther Take, whose hard work ensured victory for His Excellency Joseph Boakai, the President of the Republic of Liberia, during the 2023 presidential elections. Like the New Patriotic Party, the Unity Party of Liberia seems to be placing its faith in young people by appointing one of the young, vibrant Dua members, Mr. Lansana Bawene Fofana, as the Executive Director, Logistics and Automation of the National Ports Authority in Liberia. It is my hope that this will mark the dawn of a new era for Liberia under the center-right government that believes in free markets and its power to create wealth for its citizens. Additionally, I congratulate President Velenkosini Habisa, and the General Secretary General of DUA, Honorable Naren Singh, on their recent appointments as Minister of Cooperative Government and Traditional Affairs and Deputy Minister of Forestry and Fisheries and Environment, respectively, in the coalition government formed by South Africa's President, Cyril Ramaphosa. I also wish to extend my best wishes to all political parties and candidates in their upcoming elections, including myself. As Ghana heads towards its general elections in this December, in what is earmarked to be a historic moment for our nation's democracy, I am aware that the Democratic Union of Africa convenes this high-level forum annually to address critical emerging issues related to democracy and economic growth in Africa. This forum has a proud history of featuring influential figures who have significantly advanced the cause of democracy. In the past years, this forum has been honored by the presence of such leaders as President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo of Ghana in South Africa, the 22nd Prime Minister of Canada, and the IDU Chairman, Stephen Joseph Harper in Ghana, and President Lazarus Chakwera in Malawi. These distinguished speakers and leaders have shared their valuable insights and experiences, inspiring a collective commitment to strengthening democratic governance across Africa. Today, I'm deeply honored to share the stage with such illustrious leaders. This year's theme, ladies and gentlemen, strengthening democratic institutions for political stability, crafting Africa's response, is both timely and critical. It underscores the pivotal role that robust democratic frameworks play in fostering political stability and socioeconomic progress. Ghana, with its strong democratic track record, serves as an exemplary case study of both the successes and complexities of democratic consolidation in Africa. By leveraging Ghana's experiences, this forum aims to spark solution-oriented conversations and foster a shared commitment to solidifying democratic institutions across the continent. In Ghana, we have witnessed significant achievements under the leadership of President Nana Akufo-Addo. Our government's emphasis on education, healthcare, and digitalization has led to remarkable progress in these areas. The introduction of free senior high school education has opened doors for countless young Ghanaians, ensuring that education remains a cornerstone of our development. Our healthcare incentives, particularly the expansion of healthcare infrastructure and improvement of national health insurance, have significantly enhanced access to medical services for all Ghanaians. Furthermore, our commitment to digitalization has transformed various sectors of the economy. We have implemented a biometric national identification system which has enrolled over 18 million Ghanaians. The digital address system has provided unique addresses for millions of properties. These initiatives have not only improved public service delivery, but also boosted financial inclusion and economic efficiency. Africa is a continent rich in culture, resources, and potential. To harness this potential, we must focus on deepening intercontinental trade, and fostering unity among our nations. The African Continental Free Trade Area is a significant step towards this goal, and we must continue to support and strengthen such initiatives. Political stability is the bedrock of socioeconomic development, and as political leaders, it is our duty to ensure that our actions and policies contribute to the stability and prosperity of our nations. As we reflect on the theme, strengthening democratic institutions for political stability, crafting Africa's response, it is essential to recognize the intrinsic link between democracy, rule of law, and economic development. Democracy and the rule of law create an environment where individual freedoms are protected, innovation thrives, and economic activities flourish. In Ghana, our journey towards democratic consolidation has not been without challenges, but our commitment to upholding democratic principles has remained steadfast. We believe in a stable democracy. We believe that a stable democracy is built on the pillars of transparent governance, an independent judiciary, and a free press. These elements ensure accountability and provide a platform for citizens to participate actively in the governance process. Ghana's democratic journey is a testament to the importance of nurturing democratic institutions. Our electoral processes are characterized by transparency and credibility, with institutions like the Electoral Commission playing a pivotal role in ensuring free and fair elections. The peaceful transition of power between different political parties over the past 3 decades is a hallmark of our democracy, demonstrating our commitment to upholding the will of the people. Our judicial system operates independently. Digitalization is a critical driver of efficiency and transparency in public service delivery. Our government has embarked on an ambitious digitalization agenda, transforming various sectors of the economy. The biometric national identification system, as I said, has enrolled over 18 million Ghanaians. We've had a mobile money interoperability system that allows financial inclusion. And we have a Ghana.gov platform, which is a one-stop shop for accessing government services, and has made it easier for citizens to interact with government institutions, reducing bureaucracy and enhancing transparency. The rule of law and democratic governance are complemented by economic policies that promote free enterprise and individual liberties. In Ghana, we recognize the critical role of the private sector in driving economic growth. Ghana's economy has shown resilience and growth with a GDP growth rate of 6.5% in 2019 prior to COVID-19. Despite the global economic downturn, our economy has rebounded with a growth rate of 4.7% for Q1 of 2024. Our government has also made significant strides in job creation. Notwithstanding the global economic crisis, we have created a total of 2.3 million jobs between 2017 and 2023. Government led by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo has brought Ghana far along its development journey. But Ghana and the rest of the continent face new challenges that threaten to hold back our collective progress and erode our democratic gains. To effectively respond to these challenges and opportunities facing our continent, African governments and people must take decisive actions. Governments must ensure the independence of the judiciary, uphold the rule of law, and guarantee free and fair elections. Strengthening institutions like the electoral commissions, the legislature, and ensuring transparent governance are essential steps. Good governance practices, including accountability, transparency, and combating corruption, are crucial. Governments must adopt policies that foster these policies and create environments where public trust can survive. African countries must deepen economic integration through initiatives like the African Continental Free Trade Area. This will boost intra-African trade and create jobs and drive economic growth. Recently, the African Union heads of state also approved continent-wide mobile money interoperability. And that will also be very, very important in creating platforms for payments that support trade across the continent. Education and healthcare, ladies and gentlemen, are fundamental to human capital development. And African governments must prioritize investments in these sectors to build a skilled and healthy workforce capable of driving innovation and development. Digitalization can transform economies and governments. Many people don't in fact see the relationship between digitalization and the economy. Many people think that digitalization is so separate from the economy that this is something that is ICT and has nothing to do with the economy. But it couldn't be further from the truth. The global economy today, as we move into the fourth industrial revolution, is a digital economy. Any country that doesn't understand it and takes steps to digitalize and participate in the fourth industrial revolution will be left behind. I wrote a book 14 years ago. In 2010, I wrote a book that made this point, that Africa must digitalize. That is before I came into office. To make the case, all the things that I'm doing now were in the book 14 years ago. I said we must issue national ID cards, we must have digital addresses, we must have mobile money interoperability, we must digitalize public services to reduce corruption. All of these, so for example, when we digitalized and issued people national ID cards, that alone, providing unique identity, allowed us to identify 44,000 ghost workers in the National Service Scheme, saving 350 million Ghana cedis a year. We identified 29,000 ghost pensioners in the Senate Social Security, saving over 400 million Ghana cedis. Just two institutions. Bringing in digitalization, you are saving 800 million Ghana cedis. Just two. And because of digitalization, we've eliminated the problem of ghost workers in Ghana. We've killed that matter completely. And therefore, we are going to save so much money. But this was a problem we had lived with for so long. Most people in Ghana, probably close to 70%, did not have a bank account. And you can't develop without financial inclusion. But we introduced mobile money interoperability that allows interoperability between the bank account and the Momo account. And since most people have a Momo account, we essentially made the Momo account equivalent to a bank account. And by that, we are now having close to 90% of the adult population of Ghana being banked. That is almost first world standards. We are the first country in Africa to implement this type of mobile money interoperability. You know, today's world is a world of e-commerce and so on. You need addresses. Ghana did not have a working address system. So we said, let's leverage on GPS and introduce a digital address system in Ghana. So we leveraged on GPS, introduced a digital address system, and every 5x5, foot part of Ghana has a unique address. Every property on land or even on water has a digital address. So that issue now has been solved. So now Ghana, for the longest time, we're one of the African countries, one of many African countries that because we did not have the databases, you couldn't introduce a credit scoring system. And without a credit scoring system, you're not able to get your citizens to access credit. The access to credit is critical in all the advanced economies. This is how workers survive, right? You can buy things and pay over time. In Africa, it's a cash-based economy. So workers have a hard time. So why do we have a hard time? We don't have credit scoring. Why don't we have credit scoring? We don't have the databases for the credit bureaus to do the scoring. You don't have unique identities. You don't have unique addresses. You are not banked. So how do you do credit scoring? But now that we have put all of this in place, Ghana will begin credit scoring this year. And we will be the second country in sub-Saharan Africa to start credit scoring after South Africa. The second country. And we are going to begin it this year. So digitalization is not something that is divorced from the economy. In fact, it is very central to the economy. You cannot build an economy without digitalizing in today's world. So we are moving Ghana in that direction, and I believe African countries as a whole, and I've made that point, should focus on digitalization. It's one area we can easily leapfrog, because many of the advanced countries are stuck with legacy systems. Replacing them is very expensive. But for us, since we don't have any legacy system, so we just adopt and move. So many African countries need to do that. Gender equality is crucial for sustainable development. Governments must implement policies that empower women, ensure equal opportunities, and protect the rights of women and girls. This includes promoting women's participation in politics, business, and education. We've just passed Ghana's affirmative action law for the after many years of trying by different governments. I'm proud that under our government we've been able to pass it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is vital to address the needs of marginalized groups, including persons with disabilities and ethnic minorities and economically disadvantaged. A vibrant civil society is also essential for a thriving democracy. Government should support and protect the rights of civil society organizations, allowing them to operate freely and advocate for the needs and rights of citizens. And sustainable development must include a focus on environmental protection. African countries should adopt policies that promote sustainable use of natural resources, combat climate change, and protect biodiversity. By focusing on these key areas, we can craft a robust an effective response to the challenges we face, ensuring that democracy and economic growth go hand in hand across Africa. As we gather here today, let us draw inspiration from Ghana's experiences and commit to strengthening democracies across the continent. Our collective efforts can transform Africa into a beacon of democracy, stability, and prosperity. The African Union's Agenda 2063 and the Sustainable Development Goals provide a roadmap for achieving this vision. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I urge all political leaders and stakeholders present here today to reaffirm our commitment to democracy, individuals, freedoms, and economic growth. Let us work together to strengthen our democratic institutions, who uphold the rule of law and create an environment where every African can have a decent shot at making it in life. The future of Africa depends on our actions today, and together we can craft a response that ensures a brighter, more prosperous tomorrow for our continent. I wish all delegates attending the Dua Forum fruitful and engaging conference. May your deliberations and decisions pave the way for stronger democratic practices across the continent. Let me assure you that of Ghana's unwavering support and my personal availability for future Dua events. Together, we can continually engage and collaborate to provide Africa with a blueprint for an enviable democracy that stands as a model for the world. I wish all of you a good visit, especially our international visitors. I hope you enjoy the traditional Ghanaian hospitality and our world-famous jollof rice. Thank you very much. God bless you, and God bless our homeland, and God bless the African continent.